Have you ever experienced friction or pushback working with your engineering team to deliver your product roadmap? And more importantly, have you wondered if there's anything you could do about it? As a product manager, fortunately, there is a lot you can do about it. Today, we'll cover the cause of roadmap-related friction, a time it happened to me and what I did about it, when Microsoft Vista failed as a result of product and engineering disconnects on their roadmap, and how you can avoid a catastrophic failure due to your roadmap. I definitely appreciate your support of our channel, and it'd be awesome if you'd hit like and subscribe. Are you ready to get your product on? Teamwork. Teamwork begins by building trust, and the only way to do that is to overcome our need for invulnerability. Patrick Lencioni. A lot has been said about the one-team mentality, the partnership between product and engineering, and the idea that working together leads to great things. But in reality, do engineers care about the roadmap, or do they just want to build? After talking to and working with hundreds of product managers and engineers, I've found that engineers care deeply about what's on the roadmap and bring a lot of value to the roadmap development process. But, and this is a big but, only if you engage engineers in the right way when creating your roadmap. And what happens if you don't? Engineers can often undermine, inadvertently, and stall progress with questions, challenges, and a lack of engagement. So then, how do you best partner with engineering to develop your roadmap? Simple. Treat engineers as an equal partner in its development. Bring them in at the beginning. And remember that engineering, along with design, co-owns the roadmap and will be accountable for delivering it. And that's a wrap. Of course, I'm grossly oversimplifying and in part joking. Yet thinking of your engineering colleagues as contributors instead of consumers of your roadmap, it goes a long way. I've found that product managers often work in isolation or closely with design, ignoring their engineering counterparts until it's time to build. And that's a mistake I've made many times. Scrape it, just scrape it. Playing to the Beat It track from Michael Jackson. Unfortunately, I can't sing, and I'll spare you the pain. How hard can it be? We, the collective strategy, operations, product, and commercial teams, we worked it all out, and we sold it to a customer, albeit a little prematurely. It was simple. We needed a generalized AI-driven smart scraper to deal with largely unstructured data stored in various formats. Should be easy, right? Mind you, this was 8 or 9 years ago. Engineers just love being told there's a trivial, straightforward solution to a seemingly intractable, previously unsolved problem. Also, a great way to build trust. Now, I have to hand it to the engineers. They tried to make it happen, to ignore the fact they were left out of the vision development for a primarily technical solution. And man, that came back to bite me. It didn't work out, at least as we had envisioned, planned, and sold it to the customer. It turned out to be a truly difficult problem. I mean, why couldn't we scrape the internet anyway? Who were we, Google? What I considered to be an expedient way to get the engineers started and give them focus led to a major gap in delivery. If they executed as we dictated, it wouldn't work. It might be fast, but it wouldn't scale. The software might run on a few sites, but it would quickly hit a wall extracting, structuring, and storing data from more complex sites. We prioritized the wrong things on the roadmap. So what did we do? Well, first we lost a few months, but when we realized our mistake, we started over, this time partnering with engineering on the vision, the requirements, the priorities, and the roadmap. The result? While it wasn't perfect, we reached a solution as we learned and adjusted together as a team. There were no handoffs. We worked in sync. So even the tech titans, they suffer from issues of product and engineering misalignment, and when they do, the failure is epic. 3 words: Microsoft Windows Vista. Vista was intended to be an upgrade to Windows XP, a user-centered secure release with a list of significant functionality upgrades. It was essentially the introduction of a new way to interact with a Windows machine. And it happened to represent a shift from a CD-ROM-based to a cloud-oriented business model. This change is akin to Apple branching iOS and separating iPad and iPhone OS to enable game-changing user interface for both products while simultaneously launching the App Store. Yet, Vista is an upgrade almost no one remembers, and those who do wish they could forget. Why? Poor execution resulting from a major disconnect between the product and engineering teams, at least from what I, as an outside observer, can gather. By some estimates, it cost billions with 5 years lost and thousands, if not tens of thousands, of employees involved. While a number of factors led to Vista's failure, one well-documented reason was a complex and unrealistic roadmap coupled with poor communication and collaboration. Sounds like a recipe for a disaster. The plans for Vista were overly ambitious and not well aligned with Microsoft's software development capabilities. The product team's vision was out of sync with the engineers' ability to deliver. Making matters worse, the product and its roadmap were a moving target, constantly shifting, leading to delayed timelines, rushed development, and significant frustration between teams. So simply put, engineers, they weren't involved in the development of the product vision or the roadmap. They were just told what to execute. This caused friction, but also left the product team without a gauge of the feasibility of what was possible. A few examples included unrealistic hardware expectations. Most computers, they couldn't run Vista, and engineers struggled to optimize Vista for the range of hardware on the market. Users were simply forced to upgrade their hardware. Driver incompatibility issues with third-party hardware and software. User software and accessories, they just stopped working. Ultimately, Vista was a huge reputational hit for Microsoft, and it led to years of customers being unwilling to upgrade. So the question then is, how can I avoid my own scraper size situation or Vista level volatility? While there is a laundry list of tactics you can use to align with engineering around the roadmap, 4 guiding principles I've personally developed over the years could have mitigated the issues with Vista or my simple scraper had I known them at the time. Number 1, build trust. Just because you work together, it doesn't make you a team. And trust doesn't develop simply because you're in the same organization. Trust requires relationships, and relationships take time and investment. Your engineering partners, they need to feel like you have their back, and you want to feel the same. 2, and this is an important one, partner early and often. Don't wait to bring your engineering partners into the conversation about the product vision, strategy, or roadmap development. Worst case, they excuse themselves because it's too early. In the best case, they actively engage, debate, and help shape the product from the very beginning. When it comes to trust and roadmap development, engage early and often. 3, overcommunicate. Sometimes product managers hesitate to communicate as they feel they're overwhelming the team. Trust me, you can't overcommunicate on important topics like the roadmap. The single biggest problem in communication is the illusion it's taken place. George Bernard Shaw. And finally, validate. Constantly ask, will this work? Ask your engineering partners to weigh in on the feasibility of a concept, product, feature, or anything else. Draw them into the conversation. Be open to debate and listen. Yes, sometimes you'll have to push, but that's okay. So long as you build trust, partnered early, communicated, and are in the habit of validating the situation where you have to push back on whether your idea is feasible, it'll be well received. Rock-solid roadmaps are the result of true partnership and engagement. If an idea, product, or feature can't be delivered, it doesn't matter, period, end of story. If it doesn't see the light of day, it's like a tree falling in a forest with no one around. It has no impact. Validation of feasibility leads to confidence in your roadmap. And without confidence in your roadmap and a clear path to delivery, you'll never achieve objectives and outcomes outlined in your strategy. Bottom line, if you want confidence in the feasibility of your roadmap, call an engineer. Thanks for watching. Consider leaving a comment, and please hit like and subscribe for more.